did you start thinking about making a change, and why was that?
Yeah, I'd probably say this past year, my junior year,
Mm,
obviously there were ups and downs. I
right.
started the year really well, and then, had a little bit of a bump in the road, and then, finished better. But I'd probably say, after the season ended, I got home and I talked with my family, and I kind of just sat down and asked myself, what do I want? Um, what do I really want, and am I going to be able to get that at Northwestern? And I feel like, I came to the conclusion that, I'm at my best when I'm kind of outside of my comfort zone, when I'm
Right.
trying new things,
Right.
when I'm being pushed in ways that I didn't necessarily think I would be, and I feel like that's really when I'm at my best. So, I'd say after the season was when I decided that, it was time for me to make a change.
What was it, driven more by the on court, skill development or whatever you want to call it, or was it more like the pressures of COVID? And then once you went through that, it just felt like, hey man, I just need a new start. Like, what was it
Yeah,
more that or the other?
it was. I'd probably say. I mean, it was a basketball decision.
Okay, good, good,
Yeah, yeah.
good.
No, I mean, I thought, COVID, it was a crazy year, and
Yeah, I
it
know.
was ups and downs, and you really never knew before, heading into a game, if you were really going to play until maybe 4 hours before the game, when they cleared everybody with the test. So, it
Right.
was nuts. It was mentally, a wild year, but for me, it was a big basketball decision.
Okay. I'm sure leaving, and I want this message to be for all the kids that are, because transferring is kind of a in thing right now.
Yeah.
There's some for the right reason, some for the wrong reason. But I'm sure that conversation was difficult. How do you what advice do you give kids about transferring the right way and how to
Yeah.
go about
Yeah. I mean, transferring is obviously, there's thousands of kids doing it, um, in college basketball, and doing it in high school probably
it?
too. So, some advice I'd say is, be straight up,
Yeah.
be honest, you give somebody a call. Don't just try to leave and text
Right.
them and leave a voicemail. Call. You
Yeah.
have to man up and just say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've been thinking, and thank them, thank that person for all they've done for you, because I thank Coach Collins, because for 3 years he gave his all to me, and I gave it right back. So,
Mhm.
um, I'd say some advice is to be honest, and be upfront, and not be afraid to hurt their feelings, because
Right.
it is, at the same time, it is your journey.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
it's it's not theirs. So, you do what you feel best, but at the same time, have the respect to leave that bridge not burned.
Right. That's smart. Very smart. Great advice, man. And at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. And I
Yep.
just want to make sure that kids understand that you, like you said, we don't burn those bridges. You man up. You go have that meeting. You make
Exactly.
that call. You don't, if you don't want to be swayed, don't be swayed. It's
Yeah.
for you and it's for your career. So, and it's the way that things are, and that's the way it's going to be. So I respect that wholeheartedly, man.